we ever? Are we always recording? Isn't God always watching us?
Yeah.
Let's write that down.
Yeah. He's always watching.
He?
You said he.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I said God's always watching.
You said, isn't he always watching?
Oh, I did say isn't he always watching. I'm the anti-feminist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have to go to the hospital. Get my herd checked out.
Your herd?
Like my head, but herd. Absolutely delusional.
It's one of those days. I keep feeling my mascara sticking to my eyelash too.
I'm sorry. You know what I got?
What?
I finally got fake lashes.
Have you tried them?
No.
Yeah.
But I got them. I was inspired by your fake lashes, even though you didn't end up wearing them in your costume. I was so inspired. I was like, oh, I have to.
After like 3 hours of putting all the blue and makeup on, I was immediately ready to get out of it. Like I had the lashes on while I was doing some other parts of the makeup, and by the end of it I was like, fuck these. In fact, let me take this all off. I was like so done that whole episode.
And you know the most messed up part? Was it the next day where I saw a short of someone
I then saw that same thing on TikTok like the next day, and it made me a little sad because I was like, she killed it, and I'm like so happy for her, but like,
could have been you. Could have been me.
I'm gonna do it again.
It's gonna get better.
Yeah, it'll be like my Harley Quinn costume. It'll get better every year.
I think that's a good way to go at costumes. Instead of having a new one every year, do one until you get it perfect.
Yeah, and then go the next one.
Yeah, well, because the one you had last year was pretty much, it was spot on, at least.
For the comic.
Well, not for the comic, for the show. For the show. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, the specific show. Real fans know.
The Harley Quinn show.
Is it the Harley and Ivy show, or is it just the Harley Quinn show?
I think it's just the Harley Quinn show.
Okay.
Love that show. Did you see they made a spin-off called like something Kite Man?
Hell yeah, Kite Man.
Hell yeah, Kite Man.
Is it actually called that?
I think so.
Oh, that's fun.
I haven't watched it.
Controversial? Least favorite character? I don't like Kite Man. Like in the show, I think he's like annoying. Like I get what they're doing, which with like Harley's or not Ivy's character.
He's like meant to be annoying though. Right?
Yeah, I still. You can even if he's meant to be annoying. I find him annoying. Yeah. Also, the fact that she keeps staying with him, and I'm like, honey.
But she doesn't.
Oh yeah, eventually.
We're not caught up.
It takes like 2 seasons for her to leave him.
Yeah. Spoilers.
I mean, it's not a new show.
Yeah.
We were gonna finish the 3rd season, and then we like saw one episode, and then just remember we like got together to, like watch it, and then we watched 1 episode, and then started watching something else.
Yeah. It was alright.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I remember when I saw those first 2 seasons. They were both out at the same time, so I binged all of it at the same time.
Same.
But I was in a certain headspace.
Yeah.
That I don't think I'm quite in anymore.
Yeah.
Or especially wasn't when we sat down to watch the 3rd season.
Yeah.
But I was in such a headspace to like just like a sponge suck it up. Like.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm watching different stuff now.
Yeah. Same.
What are you watching?
I just watched, it was like a mini series on Netflix. It was like 6 episodes, and it was called like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it was kind of like a murder mystery type thing. But honestly, it was hard to watch at some points because it was like, you know, when like, I don't know if this like gets you the way it gets me, but my mom and I both, like, when we watch people like doing bad things, it makes us like internally cringe, like sneaking into somebody's house when you shouldn't be, and like, they came home early, and I'm just like, I can't.
And it gives you like a mini anxiety attack. Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to, girl. I don't want to know what you're doing. Like, can you just like,
yeah,
don't do that.
I recently made a pact with myself to only watch, this is gonna sound absolutely unhinged, only watch things that like don't cause me stress.
Wow, that's so healthy of
you. Sometimes you watch something, you're like, well, I know it's good, but like this part's stressful, I'm just gonna push through it. Now the second anything slightly stressful is on screen, I'm like, I'm done.
I think I might adapt that, because I don't think the series was worth finishing it. I mean, the ending was kind of like, I don't know, it was kind of expected a little bit. I don't know.
But the entire time you're stressed out.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like this girl, we're supposed to believe she's like a really good girl or whatever, but then she just like all of a sudden, because she's trying to solve this mystery, totally is just like breaking into people's homes and going to talk to drug dealers and like doing it like she's done it before, and we're supposed to believe like she's never done any of this before this, trying to solve this case, and we're just supposed to believe like.
Is there a scene where she like fails at like she talks to a drug dealer and the drug dealer thinks she's a cop or something? No. It's just played
and
straight.
Like everybody's cooperative. Like it's this like high school girl going around trying to solve this like 5-year-old murder, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, I'll like talk to you about that. Yeah. Even the drug dealer. Yeah, I mean, like,
I'll talk right into your chest. There's not a microphone there.
She had to like give him a little bit of money, but
yeah,
he still said stuff. It's just like,
maybe it's just poorly
I don't know.
written.
And then yeah, it was just weird, and like how it ended was weird. And I was just like, it also didn't. You could tell they weren't gonna make any more of it, like. But it also left me being like, okay, then what was all of this? Like, what? It left me with questions, and like not like good questions. Like where was this plot point going? Like, yeah,
like they just dropped something and hoped you forgot.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't recommend it.
Okay,
I'm sorry if anybody likes that, but I didn't find it.
That's fine. It's sucks to say.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
Well, knowing that's important.
Yeah.
It's like I grew up with someone who loved oh god, what's the dun 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 dun, dun, dun.
Law and Order.
Law and Order. Someone who loved Law and Order. And I just couldn't watch it. Like it's so, we love cops and cops can never do wrong. And it's like that's like they'll do something unethical. I'm like, but it's to catch the perpetrator and he's a bad guy.
This is all for the greater good of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I can do that. You know what my favorite cop show was? And it's because the main person isn't even a cop.
Is it Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh no, that one's okay. That I have mixed feelings about. Okay. It's Psych. Love Psych.
He's not a cop. He's like a detective or something.
He's not even a detective. He's a psychic. So what? Have you ever seen Psych?
I think I've seen like a couple episodes,
but you don't know like the backstory.
I don't remember.
It's really funny. So the idea is, his dad is a detective. Is like a really good detective, and then his dad raised him to be a detective, hoping he would be one. Like teaching him like how to like read somebody, or like you go into a room, how many people are wearing hats, and who looks suspicious, and so he can do that like right away. But he's also kind of a slacker and doesn't want to go to cop school and doesn't want to be a detective. So he poses as a psychic because he's so good at being a detective. It's almost as if he's psychic.
Oh.
And so he'll like be a psychic and solve the case, but he just like notices like one person has blood on their hands or something, you know, something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's very cute. And it's very fun. It's lighthearted, and the crimes aren't serious or like, oh, that's no fun.
Yeah.
At no point do I feel stressed out or anxious.
There's a lot of like child rape on Law and Order. And it's
a lot of rape in general.
Yeah.
And it's like, it gives you nightmares.
Yeah.
No fun.
Yeah.
No fun.
No.
But on that note,
what?
I've been watching anime. But like slice of life anime where nothing happens, and I love it.
That's awesome.
I've been watching Lucky Star, and the first episode is centered around a conversation on how to eat pastries. Like without getting the chocolate to shoot out or the filling to like fall everywhere.
Oh, that's a good skill.
And
I don't have that one.
No, I don't either. I was watching. I was like, wow, that's.
Anytime I get like a
that.
chocolate croissant from Starbucks or something, it's like gonna squish out the other end.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Sometimes the chocolate's already over the whole bag when they give it to you. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like,
you can't even hold it in.
No, now I've got chocolate all over my hands.
Yeah. Or like, when you have like a puff ball and you just like, do you bite like a little bit off and then like suck out the thing? Or do you just like, just like stick the whole thing
the
in your
whole thing?
Yeah.
I think you just gotta commit.
Yeah.
I think you gotta do that with the chocolate croissant too. Just shove the whole thing.
Like a snake, you unhinge your jaw.
Yeah, fully unhinged.
Oh.
That is unhinged.
Yeah,
behavior.
that is Sorry, you like were setting up like asking me a question and I went off this anime tangent.
Well, I was gonna say we should say like, because the last two we filmed like right before Halloween.
Right.
We should say what we did for Halloween.
What did we do for Halloween?
Oh, and
the spooky thing.
And the spooky thing before Halloween.
The spooky Halloweeny.
Halloweeny.
Ooh. Can we do this like a Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Like,
dun 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 dun.
What should we say first? The spooky, because the thing that happened before Halloween was actually spookier than what we actually did on Halloween.
Yeah, let's talk about that first.
Okay.
Let's go in order of how it happened.
Okay, so it was Thursday, Friday the 13th, the night before Halloween, and it was a full moon.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the day
after we recorded last.
After we recorded the last two.
So, should we say what day it is we're recording now to give context?
All right. What day is it?
November 7th, 4th, 5th, with
the election was Tuesday.
The election's on the 4th. Is the 4th?
I can cheat. I have a phone.
Oh yeah,
it's the 7th.
It's the 7th, because this is the last day that the Substance is playing.
Okay.
I might not actually see it. I kind of want to though.
I don't think I have it in me to go to a movie tonight. Okay. If you want to see it, you gotta go.
Oh, good. I could go take a nap. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, so that's October 24th, which is a scary number because 24 divided by 6 is 4, which is an unlucky number in Japanese history.
4 is an unlucky
I know.
number?
It's really.
I thought that was like the luckiest.
No, I learned that recently. No, 8 is really lucky. 4 is considered unlucky.
In Japanese culture.
Yeah, maybe also Chinese. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
I think 4 is a pretty lucky number here in the States.
I think it's a not unlucky number. Well, it's a lucky number, I know, in like Mesoamerican culture. Right? Yeah. 7 in like European culture, 7's the big one. I always think of.
Yeah.
So that's spooky. 4 6s, 6 6 6 6.
What?
Like
4 6s?
Like because 24, and the number of the beast is.
Oh,
6.
You're dividing.
So more 6s is worse.
I think people have left.
Yeah, I don't know. And you take the square root of that.
Oh my god, no more math, please. I'm too tired to do math right now.
When my brain is tired, it just randomly starts doing unnecessary math.
Okay, 2 Thursdays ago, after we were done filming the last 2 podcasts, like we said, we wanted to go pick up our pottery.
Which we did.
But before that...
we had to park our car.
Yeah, and remember how like you were talking about how you got flipped off like twice by the middle school in town.
Yeah, by just random men in trucks.
Yeah.
And then
we go down to get our pottery, and I'm trying to park,
and Okay, you gotta tell this.
Okay, I'm totally in the right. So I'm like coming down one of the aisles. Well, it wasn't even an aisle really. It's at the end of a row of like aisles of parking where like the electric charging stations are. And then so I'm going past the electric stations to turn into like a second section of the parking lot. And this like asshole it's a 2-lane parking,
and it's a big alleyway
thing. Yeah, it's a large space. This asshole's driving right down the center of it, and he like didn't even just pull out of a spot or anything. Like he was just driving in the middle because he's in a big car.
He owned it. And you know the funny, I don't think his truck was even that big.
No, it wasn't that
big.
It
wasn't even a big truck. It was just like it was kind of a smaller truck.
It kind of looked like a classic Toyota, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of. But probably not a Toyota.
But he was acting like it was a big truck.
Yeah. And he was driving down the middle, and I'm like, there's a car backing out of the EV charging.
Right.
But they didn't, like, I waited for them for a bit, and then they, like, pulled back in, which kind of signaled to me that, like, I should just zip past them really quick. So I zip past them, and I turn to this other part of the parking lot where he's driving in the middle of the thing, and he wasn't even like, it's not like I was even gonna hit him or anything. He was like at the other end, like slowly driving up. And so when I turned, he got a
little close,
but like
we went around and we were like, who's this guy? And
yeah, why is he driving in the middle
in the most casual way? Like sometimes when people are pissed driving, you can tell like, oh, they're gonna flip me off. Yeah. So casually sticks his hand out and flips us off.
Yeah, like on the drive-by.
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
But almost as if he's like, I could have mistaken, if I was looking at the corner of my eye, I could have mistaken he was like waving like hi to us or something. But no, just casually just flipping off.
Yeah.
But it was so
weird and uncalled for, and I was just like, what?
Sir, who are you?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
It was spooky.
It was spooky. Well, so then we got dinner.
That wasn't spooky.
That was fine. And then we went to pick up our pottery.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were at the counter, like
two not kind of spooky. Well, okay.
A little spooky.
Two things happened to both of us that were totally different.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell. You want to tell yours first, or?
Sure. Okay. So, because mine, I think, relates maybe slightly more to the podcast.
Right. Well, so we were waiting for the lady to wrap up our stuff.
Right.
And we were just standing there.
And right next to us, there is a table with two younger people.
They're around our age.
Maybe they're around our age. Yeah.
I would say.
And because I just do this, I just overhear people's conversations. And I kid you not, they were having the same conversation we were at the end of the last episode. Yeah. Where they were talking about like, yeah, you know, it's so weird. Like, some people are tall, but they have a short personality, and that's weird. And some people are short, but they kind of have a tall personality, and that's nice, you know? Uh-huh. And they're just having the same short guy, tall guy conversation that we were. And kind of almost implying that, like, physically being short isn't the issue. It's the personality that's the issue. And I am freaking out.
Yeah.
Because I'm having this, like, depersonalization moment where I'm like, oh, my God. We're all the same thing, talking about the same. We're all the same person, talking about the same thing, and I'm making eye contact with the person at the cash register who's folding up our stuff, and she kind of sees that I'm making a crazy face and kind of makes a crazy face back at me, and I'm like, "Are you hearing this?" And she's like, "Are you?" She's kind of like confused that I'm overhearing someone's conversation, freaking out.
Right. And
then I turned to him, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I can't bring up the fact about tall people in short people because then everyone will know that I'm listening to this conversation,
right?
And that's awkward.
Yeah.
So I just start talking about Radio I Ching.
Yeah.
Which
I had no idea what that was.
But it is tangentially related to what was happening.
Right.
So Radio I Ching is like, if you're in the car, this is back when radios were a thing. No, I was looking at that. It's if you're in the car back when and you're listening to the radio. Radios are still a thing; they still exist. And you're having a conversation.
Okay,
kind of. I listen to CDs in the car.
Okay,
But anyway, so you're having a conversation with your friend in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as you're having a conversation, you bring up a song. Like, oh, I haven't heard this song in a while. And then you change the station, and that fucking song comes up.
Okay, that happens to me all the time, but like with YouTube music type thing.
And it's connected.
Yeah.
And it's kind of this idea of like, there's consciousness everywhere and it's all connected.
Or TikTok. But I think TikTok actually listens.
Yeah, that's a little more
I'll,
connected.
Be talking about something and then I'll see it like.
Yeah. I mean, anyway. Big Radio could be listening to our conversation.
Yeah, our local radio station is tuned in right now.
They know us.
Yeah.
So I'm freaking out this. Celeste is.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. When we get outside and you're like, did you hear that? And I was like, yeah, did you hear they were playing that song?
Yeah.
I was not even listening to them, which I'm a big fan of eavesdropping. I was not paying attention to them. I was listening to the song because it sounded like a I'll
put it up. There's a remix of a not Joy Division Radiohead song.
Yeah. So I only know the remix though, which goes so hard. And they were playing the original, but I was like, that's so weird. It sounds just like that song. I don't think I knew that was a remix, to be honest.
But the original was like really depressing and slow.
But I was just tuned into what they were playing.
And now that we tell this story aloud, I find even more funny. I feel like most of the time it's the opposite for us.
Right?
You will be listening to a conversation. I will be listening to the song.
That was so unlike, yeah.
It was the night of spookiness.
It was.
Anyway, and then another spooky thing happened, but just spooky for me.
Oh, what was it?
So remember when we were having dinner at the Japanese place? And then there was also like someone doing a DJ set outside. Yeah, we live in a really cool city.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, we see the DJ place, and it's getting really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see my ex's mom.
Oh yeah.
And we full on make eye contact. Like I don't even play it like sometimes you can play it off cool and be like, oh, I don't even know who you are. I don't play. I am so shook already.
Yeah.
I make full eye contact and give the oh shit face and then just like keep walking.
I don't think she recognized you.
She also kind of had the oh shit face on her.
Well,
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Well then on Friday for me, the day after, then I had like a million things go wrong, including hello, we're on a new tripod now because the fucking old tripod just like one of the legs snapped.
Just exploded.
In the middle of me filming, and I have video of it. The camera goes,
I still want to see this.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my God. And I was recording the Logic, and then that crashed. I didn't save a good take. Oh my God. It was just like one thing after another.
You had to you said you'd stitch the audio together.
Yeah. Yeah. It ended up being a whole thing. It took me 4 hours to work with what I got. But anyway, I felt like though leading up to Halloween was so cursed, and now that it's over, well, maybe it's still a little cursed.
Still a little cursed, I'd say.
Yes, Tuesday and the result on Wednesday was a little cursed. More than a little.
I will say Wednesday morning, I opened my phone and I saw the results. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it a little bit.
We got to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it a little bit.
It just happened.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it.
That's what's going to happen. I guess I was a little shook. Because I didn't have a news app, so I just went to on your iPhone, if you go all the way left, you'll have a news thing, and it was kind of vague if Kamala had lost the whole thing or if she had just lost Pennsylvania. It was kind of connecting the two, and so I was like, all right, I don't want to push it. I don't want to look in anymore. But I was still just kind of shook, and I remember I dropped all my meds, and I dropped my meds. I have meds that are fine, can get wet, but I have one kind that is actually is like a chalk and dissolves, and I dropped that all in the sink, and I lost a whole bunch of stuff, and I was just like, All right, we're taking a back seat today.
Nap time.
Yeah. I legitimately had like a migraine that day, and I rarely get them.
Dude, I had a headache like the 2 or 3 days before the election, like every day before the election, like all 3 of those.
Wow.
Yeah, I was so stressed about it, and well, the stress hasn't really gone.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's safe to say we're unhappy with
Yeah.
where it ended up, but you know, I was talking to you earlier. I want to try to do some activism and stuff, and because you know me, I'm stubborn. I don't really take like one thing as, you know, I don't really.
I agree that I think activism is good, and I think in a way it has a bigger and better impact on the world and your community than just voting.
Yeah. And I want to give a little message too, like for all the ladies out there, like you should stock up on like birth control and Plan B and all that. Like there's some really good they're like Plan B, but I forget the name of it. There's one that's like Plan B, but it's more effective. Maybe I can find it. We'll put it in post. There's also like Plan B, but it's like generic, so you can get it for a lot cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we can put some resources in the description or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I know I'm stocking up on my like HRT meds and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good call.
Just in case. We'll see.
Yeah.
My hope is that those things are controlled by the state as opposed to the feds, but it's complicated. You never know.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah. Until if it changes.
So yeah. But anyway. But
it's only states' rights if it's if you agree with the right opinion. If you disagree with the right opinion, then it's not states' rights, and you're not allowed to have those.
Then it's states' wrongs.
States wrong. Not to get political, but
no. But yeah, that was a bummer. But we still got to the end of the year. We can make some stuff happen.
And you got all the time to affect the life in the community.
Yeah, I just mean we have till the end of the year till shit really maybe starts to hit the fan. He's not sworn in yet.
He's not sworn in.
Yeah.
We can still get the cat. We can still raid the Capitol. Was I talking to you or my cousin about that? Like jokingly, like imagine a bunch of like lit like
that we were at the Capitol on January 6th?
Yeah, no, this upcoming January. Like if a whole bunch of like political science majors like storm the Capitol.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. You know, put up their theses, their college theses, and
they just show up and start reading like their yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll see some stuff.
Yeah. If it's anything like what I remember in 2016.
Probably see some protests.
Yeah. So
it should be more civil though than January 6th.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I wish Kamala would have won, but I was kind of scared that if she did win, what they would do because of that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's been a big conversation.
Because they still are in denial that Biden won the last election. So it's like,
well,
anyway.
And I don't know if this is actually a silver lining, and maybe it'll change, but at least as the way things are running now, like, we can't have another 4 years of him.
Well, not supposed to.
Not supposed to. Right, not supposed to. We'll see. Not supposed to, at least.
Yeah.
So, that's our political... I mean, we can also talk about what happened on the spooky day.
Yeah, let's talk
the
about
31st.
Halloween. Yeah,
the real spooky day.
the real spooky. Well, I think yesterday
No, I know.
was a little spookier.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. No, Halloween was actually super chill.
Yeah,
I was watching back some of the other podcast episodes, like skimming for
clips
because I want to make some TikToks and shorts and stuff. And I saw when we were like first talking about like, yeah, we should go out clubbing and like we should join like a Halloween costume contest and like all this stuff, and then we just staying inside, not dressing up and watching a movie.
We wore witch hats.
Oh yeah, I brought witch hats.
Well, I think after that Thursday before Halloween, we agreed like we're not going out.
Well,
I'm not gonna go out.
I really liked it. Your cousin's husband said, called us basic witches.
Yeah.
Which I thought was clever.
Basic witches.
Yeah. No, but yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. It ended up being a good night, though.
I had so much fun.
I love the movie that we watched.
Oh, okay. Movie talk.
I've still been like talking about that to everybody in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna reference that later in this episode.
Okay, perfect.
That's a call forward. Call back
instead of a call back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we didn't go out, which honestly, I'm gonna be so real with you. I had so much more fun not going out.
Same.
Oh,
same.
We should go out.
But I kind of want to go out
point.
maybe this weekend.
Oh, this weekend. Okay.
I don't know. Just feels like a good time to maybe go out and get a drink.
Yeah. I hear you.
After this week.
Yeah.
Or stay in and have a drink.
We can just have a drink.
Okay.
Okay.
After this.
After that, yeah. I mean,
shots.
If you're okay with gin.
No.
That's the only hard
gin.
alcohol we have. I'm sorry.
Why?
My cousin likes gin and tonics. She's
Okay.
I love her so much, and she's not actually old, but she's kind of, her soul is old soul. But like in a like 20s flapper kind of gin and tonic, and like
yeah, it's weird. She's always walking around with like a big feather on her head, and
she has those really long cigarettes.
Yeah.
She calls me a doll, which is really like, I'm not against it, but it's a little not of the time.
Yeah.
She's always listening to swing music and that jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite part of Interview with a Vampire. Because that's what we watched. That was the really scary movie we watched.
My favorite part, I have a couple. My favorite part was like towards the beginning when who was not Tom Cruise,
Brad
but the
Pitt?
other guy. Yeah, Brad Pitt. When Tom Cruise first turns Brad Pitt into a vampire.
Oh my god.
Dude.
The first 20 minutes are so hot.
It's crazy.
The first 20 minutes are just like,
it's so gay and it's so good.
I've seen like a handful, like it's not my favorite thing to watch, like gay porn. But I know I've seen, who hasn't seen some burly boys really get to know each other, and
but that was better than
that
gay porn.
was more sensual than like actual raw dogging craziness, the expressions, the sound, this mouth sound, the gasping, dude. Also, Tom Cruise, as a vampire, sounds like the worst thing anyone's ever said. Sounds like an SNL skit.
Yeah. But like,
girl,
dude, he's kind of hot as a vampire. Like, he kind of sells it.
He ate up.
He did.
He just eats up every scene he's in. And I was kind of sad. He was gone. Spoilers. He was gone for like an hour in the middle of the movie.
I know.
He just disappears. And I was, okay, second favorite part, because that's also my favorite part. is when he comes back at the very end.
That's my second favorite part.
Cause
I love that.
Oh my god.
I love the return of
And just the final. He has the same pickup line.
Same pickup line. No, it's so good. Highly recommend that movie, especially if you're into vampire media.
Gay sex. Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're into hot gay vampire sex. I'd recommend. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still find it so funny that like afterwards we're reading the Wikipedia for Interview with the Vampire and the whole series, and in the Wikipedia it says notable for like homoerotic scenes. Like it's text at this point.
Yeah.
So good.
Well, we should say we didn't know anything about the movie before watching it. Really.
Yeah. My cousin's husband, who we saw, who was just like also hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Because my cousin was busy with work stuff. He knew more about it, and he
had seen it,
but he gave us no warning about what was going to happen.
No, I'm wondering if he didn't. Do you think he remembered that, or like?
Do you think he was picking up on what they were putting down? Like,
oh, for sure, because he made a joke that like if I showed my boyfriend that movie, he might switch teams.
Oh yeah, that was after we saw it together. I was saying the first time he saw it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not, huh?
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. Well, he said he saw it so long ago, so.
I guess, yeah. If you've seen a movie a long time ago, it's hard to tell. But it's peak 90s. So good.
But it was so good. And, like, it held up amazingly.
Yeah.
It was spectacular.
And there was some special effects going on. I think the only thing that didn't age poorly was like the fire effects, but there wasn't that much fire. Like when people caught on fire, when that building was on fire, it looked kind of fakey.
I don't know. It was all right.
Okay, well, I caught that.
Okay.
But the rest of it, when they're flying.
Do you mean like because it definitely looked like it was following like a pre-laid trail?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by fakey or like?
No, it looked like computer generated parts. Like in the very beginning, he's in like that southern plantation. He burns it down.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's real fire and sometimes it's not.
Right. Well, like when he was like lighting the curtains and stuff, you could like see the fire like, you know, go up the like gasoline or whatever that they poured down or whatever.
That there's a little bit of that too.
Yeah, but that definitely was like okay.
But like when they're like flying in the air, it's obviously wires, but they hide it well.
Yeah,
and it's dark enough.
But it was charming. It was a little goofy, but it was charming.
Yeah, I think I like more. I heard this recently by a YouTube video I saw. Mm-hmm. Not scary movies, but spooky movies.
Yeah, I would agree.
And that movie was spooky.
Yeah.
Wasn't really scary. Mm-mm. Oh, we even talk about Puss in Boots.
Oh yeah,
Puss in Boots is in the movie.
Yeah. I think I just said.
What did you say? I think I just was in the movie.
I think I just screamed pussy on accident. I just spoke too fast and was like, pussy. Yeah, Puss in Boots was in there. Antonio
Banderas.
Yeah.
He also was not in there that long.
No.
I thought he'd be in there more.
Yeah.
It's mostly Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that kind of shocked me.
And he was kind of the worst actor.
Yeah.
Even, what's her name? The child actor was way better than him.
I think the child actress was actually... Okay, maybe like she was tied with Tom Cruise. They were both really good in that movie.
Yeah. Well, and she had a hard time because she had to, at the very beginning, act more childlike. And then as it goes on, act more mature. Which I think is impressive. Tom Cruise has acted the same way the entire time.
That is so impressive.
Oh, yeah. And she sold every part.
She sold it.
She sold it.
Yeah. No, so that was amazing. That was so good.
So, that was a great time.
Yeah.
We saw 2 kids. 2 trick-or-treaters.
Oh, yeah. We had, yeah.
We saw a ninja and a race car driver.
Yeah.
That story. It's not it's just funny. It's cute.
Yeah, 2 kids came to the door and we opened it and you were handing out chocolate bars and I was just like, ooh, I love the costumes. Like, what are you guys dressed as? And one was clearly a ninja, but I was kind of more asking like the other one because it
was a little more like there was like some checkered going on, but it was black and there was like a helmet or something.
I don't remember a helmet. I don't know.
It was kind of mismatched.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just polite to be like, what are you wearing type thing. And
I forgot to say that. I was just like, oh, you're so spooky.
Well, right away the kid wearing the ninja costume was like, I'm a ninja. And I was like, ooh, cool. And then the other kid was like, I'm a race car driver.
Right.
They were a little bit older than the other kid. They were probably siblings.
Yeah, I got the vibe of like, this is the older sibling and you're forced to go out with the younger sibling.
Yeah.
I want to go out with my friends. We were gonna go to the abandoned lot.
Well, maybe that's what they were like waiting for. Like maybe they had to do it with their little brother first, so then
they can go to the abandoned lot
at dark.
Smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, the bigger kids go out at dark. You know what my mom was saying is that we got like 46 trick-or-treaters.
Okay.
And good amount. And all of them came before it got dark.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Because like as a kid, I used to wait. Like all my friends and I, we'd wait for it to get dark.
Starting at what age?
Every age.
Really? Even like 8 or 9?
Well, maybe not that late because the time change is so close to Halloween that it gets dark like
kind of late
at like 6 or 6:30.
Yeah.
So I could be out trick-or-treating at like 6:30 and it'd be dark basically. But my mom said like everybody came like before then basically.
Well, I think people are just trying to get. I think there's a trend towards slightly being more safer around kids.
Yeah.
You know, like our parents.
Back in my day.
Yeah. They just let them go out. They didn't care.
And we had a neighbor who would chase kids around with a real chainsaw.
Damn. Yeah.
I always avoided that house.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever candy they got ain't worth getting near that crazy guy with the chainsaw.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have a ton of trick-or-treating memories. I think I enjoyed it kind of. But I didn't enjoy dressing them until I was older.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think neither of my parents were super into costumes and stuff. So I was just like kind of whatever about it. But when I could like put it together myself, I was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
But I think I still remember having candy, so obviously I went and did something.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
So
is this a good time to
talk about sweets?
Transition.
You're transitioning?
No. Well, the topic.
You're valid.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Is it time?
I think it can be time.
Okay. What do we call this?
What do we call it? Transition music.